All right. Good morning and welcome to another live stream here Saturday. This is a backtesting strategy here. Um, all right, so let's get started here. What I want to do in this live stream is just see what were my mistakes during the week, where I could have improved, and what actions can I take going forward. These live streams are very not very rushed, so we have plenty of time here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna move this thing here. There we go, because I don't need that. All right. There we go. 3. I can do another one. All right. All right. So those who are willing to put in the job, the work to become a professional trader, you need to do this type of hard work during the weekends or when the market is closed, so you can improve over time. Okay. All right. So let's. All right. So we're all set. With that, I am going to bring down here this thing. Right. I'm gonna connect my account, and I'm going to download the data for the entire week of this week that just happened. Okay, that just passed. All right, so let's bring this down. All right, and for that, what we have to do is go to tools, right, and we go and put I don't know if is historical data, right? Then we go to market replay. No, sorry, we go to load, get market replay data, and we select whatever we want to download. Let's say the NQ. And we want to download from Sunday, 9/18th, till yesterday in the afternoon, right? So we are loading all the charts. Sorry, we are downloading all the charts. I I did not have this live stream scheduled in advance. I did have it, but it was private. I don't know why it was private. Probably because when I was just setting it up, I didn't change to the public. All right, so we need to wait for this thing to download. All right, so download it 19th, 20th. For those watching, we are downloading the data from this week, so we can go back and check for trading opportunities and the missed trades, missed setups, new setups, etc. for the way we do it is we go to this control panel here with Ninja on Ninja, and you click tools, historical data, and then this pop up. You go to load, and you select you get market data, replay data, select the instrument, and start downloading all the days that you need. All right, with that, okay, 23rd. So yesterday is the last day that we're going to download. Yeah, I hope we all gain something off of this live stream. It's gonna be very good. Like, all right, we are downloading the data. The platform that I have on my here in the background. This is okay. I can close this. I already have the data for NinjaTrader. Oh, let me show you now. This is my account, right? So I'm going to disconnect my account, and I'm going to connect the playback connection. And with this, this window just pops. And this is the window that will allow us to go back and check all the data that we want to review. Okay, so the 16th is Sunday, right? No, sorry, 16th is last Friday. So we want to go back. So the 2 days that I didn't trade was the 21st, which is Wednesday and Thursday. All right, good trading movements. But I didn't capitalize on any opportunity. So I want to go check those 2 days. So I want to go 21st, right? And okay, so I want to go to 21st, right? So I do have already that data. Let me go here to the I want to change here the time frame so I can futures. Thank you. There we go. All right, so I do have already the data loaded. Let me put that screen live stream. Right, so I want to have this chart pulled so you guys can watch it. There we go. Perfect. Nice. All right, so right now I'm going to go to the market open from Wednesday. Market open from Wednesday, that was at 9:30. All right, so the market, okay, the platform is forwarding the data right here. Okay, cool. What time is this? All right, so if we play here, let me, is still loading. So we need to wait for this to load. So what I want to do is replay the market data here for the day that I want to analyze, okay? And then go to the Thinkorswim, and there is a tool here over the Thinkorswim, which is this one, right? Let me bring that you can set up the on-demand right here. You guys cannot see it. Why cannot see it? There you go. Let me bring it down. All right. So there is a tool here called On Demand where I can go ahead and put the date that I want to replay right here, which is the 21st, and at 9:30 a.m., like the one that I have in Ninja. And now what I have here are the internals, the market internals, right? That Ninja does not give me. Market internals and the dollar, right? And I happen to have the NQ, but I don't need the NQ. I do have the NQ right here to my right. All right, so we're waiting for this thing to load. It takes a lot of time. I don't know why though. It always does. It's pretty slow. Freaking Ninja. I think Ninja is a very versatile platform, and you have a lot of advantages. Like you can create bots. Even if you're not a programmer, I have created trading algorithms. Very simple, like crossing a moving average with other conditions, volume, whatever. Those pretty simple trading techniques. You can program them very easily. You don't even need to be a programmer. It's so basic. All right, we're waiting here for this thing to load. Let me see if I can go ahead and no, there's nothing I can do. It's just frozen. I cannot even move this thing. Connection, playback connection. All right, so here, go to, let me put this 500 screen. Here, go to 21st at 9 a.m. 9:30. Okay, so here, wait for it to load. Cool. So now we have the market replay. If you guys see, because this is the M and Q, we're gonna go to the NQ. There we go. So this is moving already. If you guys see, is moving. There we go. And if we open up the trading panel here, we have the bid and ask numbers. Okay. So, but this is not relevant for me right now. If we want to take any trade later, we can do it. This is a simulation mode in the past, so we can backtest this. This is what backtesting is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the chart, right, and see what happened, so I can go and check where I could have had a opportunity. Okay, so for that, let's go here. All right, let's go back to the Thinkorswim. And I want to maximize this. So let me get rid of this on demand. So this is actually what happened already. And I'm gonna click maximize here. All right. So this is Thursday. This is Wednesday. Okay. So so we all know this is the Federal Reserve. movement. So we want to see what happened to the left. Let's go to the 4 hours. So the 4 hours, this is Thursday, this is Wednesday, okay? No, I'm wrong. There we go. So this is the 22nd, the 21st. So this is the high right here, right? I want to see what happened right here, which is coinciding with all these things. So I want to put some lines right here. Trade level chart. Drawings. There we go. Drawing tool. Put this. There we go. So I do have this high. And I do have this high. I want to go back to the 30-minute and see what I can find right there. This is a 30-minute. Right, and see if I can load more data right here. Customize list. So the 30-minute, I want to have 90 day just to be safe. Apply. Let's crunch the chart. This thing is not working. So I want to customize list. 30-minute. 10 days time frame. No. All right, 10 days. There we go. I think 10 days it'll be enough. Let's see. Well, I can't go back down. Why not? Customize list. 10 days, 90 days. Add, apply. There we go. Should be here. There we go. Now we have it. All right, so I want to see here what happened so I can review this. All right, so we have here these drawn. I wanna see this, and I want to see this. Right in the middle, I just want to see customize list 5. Edit. I want to have here also 90 days. So I want to go here to the 5 minutes. And I want to look for those areas. There we go. And here I can see what time is this. This is 11. Okay, 11. You have this sort of retest. So let me put here some Fibonacci. So this is the first. Here's the second. Right? And I would say this one to be safe. All right. So with that, let's go back to the 4 hours. Right? And we can review all those levels and which one worked. All right. So we have here the second. So we can get rid of the first one. The first one was blown. So the second one worked fine. Okay, so I want to see what happened here to the left, why I did not take this area and review it. There you go. So here's the 4 hours. Let's go back to the 5 minutes and 1, 2. There we go here. This is the 5 minutes, 90 days. Yes. All right. So I want to see here why I did not take this trade. So it's 440 is why is when Jerome Powell is speaking. So this is 240. Let's go here. Let's go to the 500. All right, 240. Right click, go to 240, 245. There we go. All right, so it's loading right now. All right, this thing is loading. I do have certain areas here. I did have this supply though, marked off before on the Fed. I mean, while this guy was talking, Powell. So I need to this freaking connection. So I want to go to 21st at 2 p.m. 2:50. All right, so here we see, right, all this crap in the double top here. So this guy was talking. So now we go back to the on demand right here, right? And we go to the same time and we see if we could have happened something here, and then we replay it. So 1, 2, 3, we want 14. What time is this? 14:47. Let's go put that screen. All right, so here we do have this is the tick chart. You guys can see it, and this is the ADQD. All right, so is the tick chart giving us some sort of clue here to see if we can if we would have taken this, right? So what I want to see is what is the high? The high right here, the high in NQ is, let's go here to the 1 minute, right? Just to see what's the high here. So let me pause this a little bit. Okay, so the high here is what time? 2:45, right? And the high here is 2:45. So we have no divergence. Okay, we have 2:45 and 2:45. Now, this thing starts to drop right here. So it came, made the high, and then in the second candle just came again. And we can see the double top in the actual 500. So in the actual 500, it looks a lot better. This volume chart gives you more depth about the market. It gives you this double top instead of the 1 minute just showing you 2 candles, right? So you have a lot more noise here, but with the noise you have this type of patterns, right? That's why I like to use the volume chart. All right, so immediately after that it started to drop. So let's say we want to engage in this, where we could have engaged right here. And I would say here in this pattern, right? You have, this is not something that I would do live. I would backtest this and look for more similarities in another ones, but I will certainly take notes and start watching these patterns, right? So it's coming up to a supply, is making a double top, and then usually the retest happens, and then a collapse, right? Here we do have some sort of retest. We do have two, right? We have this one. It's not very straightforward because the break was not very like sharp. And we do have this one. This one I think is more of a retest of the zone right here. You guys can see it. You guys can see it. So I want to see if I can engage in this entry right here. Okay, so this time is 2:47 and 15 seconds. 2:47 and 15 seconds. And the way this works is that you will have to put your bracket order right here. So, what the fuck is going on? Playback. Current data connection is inactive. All right. What if I put this? Oh, there you go. So the way you would do is, all right, I'll put this and I will risk the entire formation just to try to engage in this. Okay, so this pivot is the resistant, and this is your stop right here. Okay, so so the way I will do here is I'm going to replay this on the Thinkorswim as well, just to see the type of behavior that we had on the internals, right? So let me pause this right here, and let's go back to this pre-market. All right, so this is a what is this? 5 minutes on the dollar. All right, so the dollar, it gives us a very interesting pattern right here. This is the low for the day, and the market is at its highs. So that's a pretty good inversely relation right there. So you have this pivot, and you are basically the lows for the trading session, right? So the market opened at 8, the Forex market in the US opened at 8, and then 8:15, sorry. And then we came down, and then from there we went to the highs. Okay, so that's one clue that we have there. Here, let me back up a little bit. So this happened at 47. So let me go to 45. Okay, and we can always fast forward this. All right, so the tick chart. So tick chart created a high, okay? This is a tick chart, created an extreme high. Now is pointing is pointing to an uptrend, okay? But that's logical. We are we are going high. What I want to do is, if I have any clues here from the ADQD, and I'm replaying this is plain. So it's 46. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like, I can interpret this like a decision making fact. All right, so we do have this candle 45. This opened at 45, and then we created the high. Okay, now the next high is is, if you guys see here, do you guys see how close is to its highs? But this thing is very, very a lot lower. Like it's a lot lower. This is 900. This is 1450. Is very, very distant, right? So that it it this thing represents the lack of momentum. All right. So there are a few factors that I will put here in my notes. So I want to bring my notes. Right. So these are my notes. And I'm gonna put here setups, and this is a reversal sell pattern Fed meeting, and this is September 21st. These annotations or these notes does not mean that I'm including this into my trading system as of yet. I want to have more of these behaviors, okay? But everything revolves or goes around the internals, the combination on the internals and combination on the dollar, right? So the first factor that I see in this, first factor that I see here is one US dollar index, DXY, coming to session lows, right? Sideways during London. I want to verify that. Let me verify that. So I do have a London open right here. It was very sideways. If you guys see here, let me maximize this. So this is the day, okay? So here is London open right here. It was very sideways. That usually is sideways movement can give you a lot of support. And if you guys all know, how you guys know, the London market is the most important FX market in the world. So here during London session we were sideways, right? And we are approaching to this sort of demand right here. So let me see if I can. I have no practice with this. There we go. Okay, so we're approaching to this type of double bottom and breakout, right? And you can see it as an all. So that's the first thing we are watching here. Okay, so reversal pattern sideways during London. So that's the first thing that I'm looking at. Number two, momentum dies at the top. So you have here tick chart. Does not make a new high and NQ, sorry, and NQ makes a similar high. All right, so after I have the tick chart right there, I want to go to the ADQD. Okay, so the ADQD is the other internal that I watch. I want to maximize this. Let me scrunch this chart. So all right, so here's another thing that I could check. Okay, like I could check mark this thing. So this is the high, right, for the open. So the session high right here was at 10 10:30. So I want to go to the NQ and see what happened at 10:30. Right, so here's, let me put this, just these two charts. So 10:30, I want to see 10:30. This is what 1 minute. Let's go to the 15. All right, 10:30 is right here. 10:30 is right here. So we do have all these divergence clear, very clear right here. So drawings here. We do have the high here, the high here, right? Let me put a circle right there. So you have 10:30 right here. Just bear with me. I'm not very good with this thinkorswim. So this is the high of 10:30. This is the high on the. This is the high on the afternoon, right? Okay, so this is the high. This is the high. Now here, if you guys see, this is the high, and look how similar is the high right here. It's very similar, right? So that is a lack of momentum right there. Smile, welcome. Good morning here. It's good afternoon there. All right, so here you can see the lack of momentum, right? The ADQD is not making new highs. Is make similar highs. So that represents another lack of momentum, right? Whereas the market is making new highs right here, the ADQD is not. All right. So we go back to our OneNote and we put here 2 ADQD not creating not considerable, not creating a major high on its chart while NQ was, right? So we do have the two momentum indicators are telling us, all right, the momentum it might be dying, right? So we have the dollar, we have that 3 location, right? We want to go to the location, and for that we go here. Let me get rid of all these drawings. We go to the 4 hour, okay? And we want to see, well, what I want to see is this. So I want to see around 50% retracement in every move, okay? So let's maximize right here. Let me get rid of it, these drawings. So we know that this was the area where we wanted to this was one of the areas that I wanted to pay attention. Okay, so the way I draw this is like this. So drawings, the percent, right? And this is not like a very. This is a little bit subjective. So I like to see a lot of 50% retracements, and we put here 0.5, right? So we determine in the entire move where is a good location, good long-term time frame location to start looking for shorts. Why? Because the lower we go, the easier it'll be for the market to find supply. Sorry, demand. The higher we go, easier the market to find supply. Okay, so I have this line in the sand, if you will, that I want to pay attention to, which is 50% of the entire recent move. And you can do this in the entire, like if you guys see here. Now this is a lot, okay? This is a lot. Sorry. There's a lot of move, but if you guys see this last move down, we came back to 50%, and this is a thing that happens all over the chart. Does it happens every time? No, but I do like to keep that in mind. Okay, so I can start favoring one direction just off of the chart. No, not paying attention to any enhancer like the dollar or internal and so on. All right, so we do have a good location. Let's say this is not the best one, but I would say is probably 2 or 3 out of 4 in terms of grade, right? Because if you tell me what is a 4 out of 4, all right, like around here is a 4 out of 4. Okay, this is an area to short the market. Like you have more odds to short the market. As well here, if you come back down, the more that it comes back down, the higher the probability for us to go long, right? So this is a better area to go long. Okay, so but right now we're above the 50%, right? And we know that we can have this sort of retracements. Okay. Also, I like to draw. I made a video about trend lines, so I did have this trend line right here. It was broken, but it was broken on a gap up. This was on Monday, so we were facing a lot of supply right here. Okay. All right, so we go ahead and go back to the OneNote. We put here location, a good location, 3 out of 4 points. We start to favor the shorts. Okay. All right. All right, so the way this work is like this. So I did have this supply in advance. I did have this supply put here in advance. So it's not that I caught me by surprise, the supply. So you have to have the supply right there. Okay, so let me go back in time. So this is what 45. So let me go to 42. All right. All right, so we're gonna replay this thing like 3 times. Okay, and we are going to put the trade. So we go here 4 times the speed, 6 times the speed. Let me put it slower. This happened very fast. So after you start to see this, when it comes back down, if it doesn't break to the upside, that's a failed breakout. You go ahead and you say, all right, if it breaks this thing, I will put this and I will say 3 to 1. Right? Oh. And we never got filled. We were too slow right here. We were too slow. It never came back. So we need to slow this thing down so we can replay it. It was 4 times speed, so I didn't have time to put the order though. And believe me, that could happen during the trading session, but it's not as fast as 4 times speed. All right, so now right here, so we need to wait for the double top. All right, it's failing to break out right there. All right, right there you go ahead and just say, all right, so this might be a trade. Go no too much. Let's go 3x, right? I want to wait for the price just to break this to the downside. There you go. Oh, that's good. All right, so here you say, all right, this thing is breaking. It didn't make a new high. You have the internals losing momentum. And then now that we are in the trade, we can fast forward. All right, let's put 4. This is already 1-to-1, so we go ahead and move the stop. It never gets stopped out though. So I won't record this in my edge wonk. This is not a miss trade that I had on the week, right? This was not a miss trade that I spotted. This was a all right, so we hit target right there. So the way I do this, I'll do this. Okay, so what I'm going to record here is this. All right, 3-to-1. There you go. I want to take a picture of this right here and put it in my notes. All right. So I have that. Then I want to take a picture of all this. And put it in my notes as well. I want to what happened here? So I do have the XY here and the Q. And I want the on demand. There we go. 21st, 10:46. There we go. And I want this the 1 minute, and I want this the 5 minutes. And I want to have all these just put it into one picture that I can go back and check. Okay, so I have the internals, I have everything just put here. So the way the what was the seam on the 1 minute or the tick chart? I got here the NQ, this is the TQ, and this is the ADQD. So I spotted the divergence here. Market was a lot higher, but this thing was not a lot higher. Tick chart created a high here on the second attempt, was a lot lower, but a lot lower. Here's 1500, here is 800. So there's a lack of momentum right there. Now I don't know if MB you just got here, but I won't put this into my missed trades in the H1 because I was not paying attention to this setup. Powell was speaking, so I was not paying attention to the markets. And this is not certainly one of my setups. Okay, so I wanted, since I didn't take in any trade on Wednesday and Thursday, I thought like, all right, so what's going on here? Like you need to either add more like tools to your tools belt and have more opportunities, or there's something wrong here. So I wanted to come back and check what happened. Yes, I what I usually do is this. Okay, no, what I usually ideally on the tick chart is this. Usually on the tick chart is this. All right, so this is the tick chart for the entire session. Let's ignore it after when the Fed was speaking, okay? So this is the entire session. All right, so what I want to see is the market created a high in this candle. You guys can see it, right? This is what I do every day, and it happens every day. So what the market put a high right here, right? And then the market it's putting higher highs. The market it's putting higher highs in all this, right? So every time the market is putting higher highs, but this thing is not breaking to the upside, that's a good short. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. You're right. So the pre-market. So this is what I like to see. Sorry about that. So let me start from the beginning. Here, from here to the right, is the Fed. So let's ignore what happens during the Fed. So this is a normal trading day before the Fed news. Okay. So what I like to see is the market put a high right here. Okay, and this created a high, but the market creates new highs, and this thing does not create new highs. So the market can put new highs right here, right? But the tick is lower. When that happens, momentum is dying, right? So you can have a market going up when this thing is happening, right? Lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. The market can continue to go up, right? So where we put a trade, and there are different factors that I look at, right? I don't look just to this thing. So I look at combination of things. So let's go to my, how did I get to this setup? So number one, the king, right? Number one, the king. I want to pay attention to the dollar at all times. Then I want to have a momentum, right? I want to have the momentum either in my way or at least dying, right? It usually dies because what happens with my trading system is that I don't go and trade momentum per se. I want the direction, right? I want the entire direction of the day, and I wanted to go to one direction, and then the retracement back up, I will try it, or the retracement back down, I will try to join that um, direction for the day. Okay. And the third, and I think one of the most important ones, is the location. Um, Location is one of the things that had made me a lot better. And I know it's hard to wait for the good location, um, but if you don't wait for the good location, then you're risking too much. That's why I say in the live streams, when I'm taking a trade that has no location, meaning the location is too close to demand, and I'm shorting, right? I'm taking higher risk because buyers are going to step in, and those shorts that were shorting from the top, they have a lot of protective stops close to demand, right? All right, if it doesn't work this demand, then I'll make more money. Those are the shorts mentality, right? Or at least mine. All right, if this demand does not work, I will make more money. But if this demand works and it reverts on me, I have a protective stop. And if I'm shorting that protective stop, if a buy is a buy order, that creates momentum to the opposite side, right? So that's why for me to short close to demand is a no-no, right? I stopped doing that a long time ago. So before I want to show you all the studies that I've done in these 5 years. Real quick is not much, right? But before I go on, just want to put here the entry is set up breaking out of the double top, and risk has to be the entire area plus a buffer above or below of the pivot. All right, if VIX is above 30, buffer equals 10 points. And this is for the NQ. That's very personal, right? Because when the volatility is very high, you need to be aware that sometimes it breaks the high and then it reversed itself, and it has a logic, right? A lot of stop orders are at the pivots. I don't like the pivot itself to be the stop, because the majority of them are there. So I want the stop to be beyond the pivot, right? That's why I do have, for instance, I do have a zone that is something like, let's say I have a zone. This is a tick chart, but just for purposes of this explanation, right? So if I have a zone that is right here, yeah, the zone is to the pivot, but sometimes you will see my orders. You will see my orders like here. Shit. You'll see my orders right in the middle and my stop right here, right beyond the pivot, okay? Why? Because the majority of stops are right here at the pivot. It doesn't make sense, right? For me. What happens is when they trigger all these stops, let's say they trigger all these stops, these are sell orders and they want to buy, and a big institution wants to buy. They want all those sell orders for them to buy. I'm talking about a big institution. So that's something that computer trading algorithms can do. Like they hunt for the stop so they can buy the big chunk right there. Okay. So that's a good logic that I have gotten throughout the years. All right. So, all right. What else do we have here? Well, look at all the things that you guys can do on the weekends, right? You can go ahead and download these data and test, back test, or whatever happened in the market. Like I have a bunch of drawings here, so I can um, analyze what happened and what could I expect facing forward, right? Look at all this. Look at all the drawings of flip zones, right? Demand turned into supply. Flip zone with the order flow. Um, high or low on the curve, right? The location, how location how location influences my trading. All right, the type of geometry that you look at, the formations, right? You can go ahead and be so creative in trading. I used to trade a lot with order flows. I don't need it anymore. I really wanted to find something that enhanced my trading with order flow, but I traded like a year with this, but I didn't find something that I could rely on like for higher probability trades. The thing that I'm doing right now is the best thing that I've gotten to throughout the years. All right, so overlapping weeks, you can go and be creative and see whatever happens in the market, that you can say, oh, this thing happened in the past, when this thing happened. So if you don't have data, it's hard for you to recognize again. So you need to start collecting data, because and my data, I could share with you guys this, but this will do nothing to your trading if you don't do it yourself. Because you have some interpretation of the market, you have perceptions, right, that are different than mine. And I could think in one way, and you could think in other way. Like I read a lot of books about traders and market wizards and all those series. I went through them, all of them, and I found a commonality in all of them. And look, you can find traders that trade differently. You can see professional traders. I mean, professional traders that are famous, not me or other just retail trader. You can see how one can look for trends and they make money. The other ones look for tops and bottoms and they make money. They trade counter trend and they make money. But the one commonality is the risk management. If they make more money on their winners than what they lose or what they risk, that's where the profit is. That's where the becoming a professional trader is. If you have a trading system that makes money, the winning trades make more money than the losing trades, that's how you become profitable, right? You can trade different systems. You can trade whatever, trend change, EMAs, RSI, PPI, and like all those indicators, all those things that I don't use because I got into like this strategy better than any other, right? And but you can trade anything. You can trade indicators. You can no use indicators. Like I don't use any indicator, right? I barely use volume, just the first few candles, and then the rest of the day I don't use it anymore. All right, so I want to show you also a few things that I do too. I have gotten very involved into breakouts. I really wanted to learn how to like trade breakouts because in the retail industry, if you go and look for if you type in Google day trading, you will find guys that what they do is just trading breakouts, right? So I really wanted to get better at breakouts, and I did a very extensive job on try to research and how to do a good breakout trading, right? And I got a system. As a matter of fact, I do have an intraday breakout setup, right? But the sad part is that they are not very common in futures market. You can go ahead and trade momentum stocks. That's another story. But for futures market, the breakout strategy for me, I got into the conclusion that 4% of the time is when that happens. 4% of the time is around 10 to 15 days throughout the trading year. So 4% out of 250 days, right, of trading that we have in the year, that will be around, let's call it roughly 15 days in a year, right? So it's very hard to nail a breakout, right? Either breakout to the upside, breakout to the downside. So I just try to minimize. I just have one setup, and every now and then I call it, and it can be a high probability, right? So one thing that I want to share with you guys also is I've gotten a lot of data regarding the currencies and everything that happens. Like, I've been doing this for years. All this I can share with you guys during the live streams, right? But market internals, mental mapping. All right, so this is one that, here's the real myth, right? How you get better. If you guys don't know who Jared Tendler is, I was desperate to get a coach, and I found this guy. He was not a coach for trading. He was a coach for golfers and poker players. So I found him. He was not coaching traders at the time, and he wrote this book after years that I took the sessions with him, and then he sent me the book, and I happened to use it a lot. How do you map your psychology during trading? And the book is called The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. And I started to use it, his techniques. Now, when I was working with him, he was not very like involved in trading. So sometimes I had to explain to him my perception, how I was late to trades, and so on. So, but then he got a lot of experience working with traders, and he wrote this book. And look, this is a life-changing book. If you are willing to do the job, if you are willing to put in the work and do whatever he recommends in the book, I think you will have a high probability of succeed as a trader, right? It'll take time for you to change, right? But ultimately, if you do whatever you need to do, I think is a possibility that you can do, right? So you map your mental games: A, B, C. When you're good, you're an A game. B is okay. C is when you're doing stupid shit and chasing price and getting late, or your mental state is not optimal. And then you start recognizing, right? And after you start recognizing your mental states, you I'll give you, on the description, I'll put you a link for Amazon. It's a Jared Tendler book, Mental Game of Trading. Right? I'll modify the link, the thing, so you can buy the link. If you do the job, you start to recognizing, or whatever you do when you are feeling okay, or if you're feeling bad, right? Your heart is racing. You're too like excited about the market, and that happened to me. That happened, and it still happens to me sometimes. I see huge red candles or huge green candles, and I get excited. But right now after doing this, I can recognize. All right, so what is your reaction to the market, right? The market is gonna do whatever it's going to do. The only thing you can control is how you react to it, right? And the more neutral you are, the better trader you will be. Okay, that's what my experience has been. Okay, so you can look for your ABC game, how to correct them, um, mapping your overconfidence is one of the things that when you get to a trading strategy that is profitable, right? You might start to think overconfident, and that happened to me. I created this strategy, right? And I was feeling like I could win every fucking trade. Like that's it. I nailed it. Like I got this, right? And then you get overconfident, and then you start to do stupid shit, and then that overconfidence go to the other extreme, which is almost depression, because you say, all right, what's going on? I was doing fine, now I'm doing very bad, right? So that those extremes are not good for your mental state during trading. Quality questions to ask, mapping your boredom. I think yesterday, believe it or not, I was sensing this. Like I have some sort of boredom ingrained in my trading session. I had a good Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I did not take any trade because we were in the live stream, whatever. Thursday, I was patient like a rock. Did not take any trade. I think I missed one setup. And then Friday came like, all right, are you a trader or are you a watcher? Are you watching the market or you are trading? Okay, and that is subconsciously, because consciously I'm able to say, all right, you didn't take in any trade. You're trying to become more effective, bring that 41% win rate to 60% win rate, so you can make more money and feel more confident, right? And that's the process that I'm at. I want to raise my winning rate, and raise my winning rates means filtering the trades that does not make money, the trades that don't make money, right? Filtering trades that don't make money means trade that don't make money, they have to get rid of my trading system, right? So I don't want to be a watcher. I want to be a trader, right? But I want to be a trader with a good setup, okay? And but sometimes I've been very impatient and I've been very patient. And I do prefer being patient all the way, okay? Because being impatient brings you more negative consequences. Your trading account suffers, right? Because you lose money. But the most important account, which is the mental account, suffers more because you need to recover that mental account, okay? And that mental account, there's no money you can spend to recover it. It's just yourself working with yourself, right? Knowing yourself better, taking the actions to get better mentally. Okay? So one book that helped me big time was James Clear book, Atomic Habits. I think if you become 1% better every day, even every week, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, you will be 50% better. Okay? So yes, I'm gonna wrap up this video. My wife probably wants to kill me because we had an appointment at 11:30 and it's 11:15. I'm looking for a house to buy. Let's see if I can buy it right now, or I'll just wait. We're throwing offers very aggressively, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Um, Thanks for being here, guys. See you guys all on Monday. Thank you. See you guys all on Monday, and hopefully this next week it'll be a lot better. Okay. So see you guys. Bye.